Mr. Warlick, thank you very much for your time and agreeing to give us this interview. I just want to start from this. You just returned from the region. It was your first trip to the region. While there, you said that I am here for this time to listen and to learn. What did you listen and what did you learn?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me for this interview. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to working together with you for the future. This was my orientation visit to the region. I wanted to hear from all parties, and that's exactly what I did. I traveled. I wanted to hear as many views as I could, and I wanted to do this myself without my co-chairs. I heard a pretty clear message wherever I went, and that is all parties would like to find a way towards a peaceful settlement in Nagorno Karabakh. Now, it's been 20 years, nearly 20 years since the ceasefire, and the message that I received from not only the political leadership, but from others, the time has come to find a settlement, and to the extent that the United States and the Minsk group can be helpful in facilitating that settlement, we'll be there.
So all the sides said the same, exactly?
Well, all of them are committed to a peaceful settlement. No one wants the outcome to be resumed conflict. That's the worst case, and we certainly don't want to see that kind of conflict again in the region. So I look forward to working with all parties on finding a constructive way forward that can bring about a durable peace.
So what can we say about the rhetorics of the President of Azerbaijan? In his recent speech, for several times he mentioned and called Armenians fascists, and he spoke about the military power, his strong power, also the population, 9.5 million. What can you say about this?
I read that speech, and we should all be concerned about rhetoric that could lead to greater conflict and not bring about peace. Our presidents, the Minsk group presidents, Obama, Putin, and Hollande, met last June and said that we should try to reduce tensions in the region and avoid the kind of actions and rhetoric that could lead to greater conflict. Now, I met with President Aliyev, and I know that he is committed to peaceful settlement, and I look forward to working with him on that. But all parties should be preparing their population for peace and not war.
So did you see any preparation there, or did you on that direction?
Well, it's been 20 years now of neither war nor peace. And so it's a difficult mission, especially with a younger generation that has only known this very tense ceasefire. A difficult mission to be able to prepare the population for a time when there can be an enduring settlement. One of the things that all parties will need to work on is not just finding the settlement itself, but in educating the people that this can lead to greater peace and prosperity for the future.
So for the process of peace process, compromise is very important, and you mentioned it during your trip and before that. How do you see this compromise? Is there any outline for this?
Well, that's a very good question, and for the past 20 years and longer, there's been a lot of ideological rhetoric from all the parties. We need to move beyond that and find a realistic path forward. There needs to be the political will from all of the parties to move forward. And what that means is all of the parties need to be prepared to accept compromises. That's true with any kind of negotiation and settlement. Now, I don't have a roadmap. It's not for the United States or for the Minsk group to bring about such a settlement, but we're there to facilitate. And we hope that there will be the political will among all the parties to move forward with the negotiations.
In coming days, you are going to meet in New York with the two other co-chairmen. What are you going to tell them from your last visit? I mean, first visit.
Well, both of my fellow co-chairs from France and Russia have a lot of experience in the region. So I'm going to share my impressions, but I also want to hear from them on how they see the way forward. We'll also meet with the Azerbaijan and the Armenian foreign ministers, and we look forward to having an honest discussion with them about where we can take the process. So I think it'll be a useful set of meetings in New York, and I can't predict what the way forward is, but we need to have this kind of dialogue among all of us.
Very little is told about your meetings in Nagorno Karabakh. Can you add something, tell some details?
Well, I was very pleased to visit Nagorno Karabakh, and I had the opportunity to travel with OSCE to the line of contact, and I got to see it for myself as a part of the OSCE mission. And there is tension. This is a real line of contact. I think where we want to go is to prevent active hostilities from breaking out. There are incidents on a regular basis, and as you know, there are people who are killed in these hostilities. So whatever we can do to reduce tensions is, I think, a helpful step along the border, because neither side wants to see an active conflict break out, and that's certainly not in the interests of the people of Azerbaijan or Armenia. And that's precisely what we're working for in the Minsk group process.
If Armenia joins customs union, will it affect the peace process or approach, U.S. approach towards this conflict?
Well, we'll continue to work with Armenia and Azerbaijan both very closely to bring about a durable settlement. Of course, Armenia is making choices for itself on its future. I know that Armenia wants to continue to have a real perspective on Europe. They've made that clear to us, that they're interested in peace and prosperity as a part of Europe in their future. So we'll see where things lead. But for now, I hope to focus on bringing about a durable settlement and helping the leaders in the region to bring about this lasting peace that I think could lead to a new era of prosperity in the Caucasus.
Would you like to add anything, Mr. Warlick?
That it was a pleasure to talk with you, and I hope we have a chance to continue our discussions for the future.
Mr. Warlick, thank you very much. Thank you, Ambassador. Thanks.